it seems that like when anyone describes your game, when it's like pre-development, right? Like say you got a game pre-development, and they're describing it to you, and it's gonna be like, and the guy's gonna be able to do this and this and this, and you're like, whoa, this is the most amazing thing ever. But like, I guess sometimes I get like reality checked, and you're like, look, like what you wanted to do here with this doesn't fit within the parameters of the game, or it's not gonna be able to happen the way exactly that you want it. The engine can't support this. There's a lot of limitations, but I think that, you know, like you said, being self-taught, or like, it shows that there's a ceiling up there. Like you could surpass a level, you know, basically, and just continue learning on your own and educating yourself, and then you could get up to this level where you can be designing your own stuff, which I think is great for kids because, like, you go through high school, we go through college, we're so used to going through the system, and we go through an education, we get a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, they come out and it's like, oh, I can't find a job now. You know, so I think it's pretty cool that like being self-taught, you can still be like, oh, well, I just taught myself. It's like learning how to play guitar or an instrument. It's like, oh, I self-taught myself, you know, and then you make something out of it. I think it's really cool. Like,
well, I mean, like David Jaffe didn't go through design school, you know, or Hideo Kojima didn't go through it. I'm not saying that education is not important for a video game designer, but I'm saying that it does take a certain amount of real world knowledge and drive to, you know, realize it, I guess. And like you had mentioned that sometimes the ideas don't work out as planned. Sometimes it helps to plan as much as possible, like, and you tend to avoid those kind of gaps where it's like, oh, we really shouldn't have done that, because you start thinking of it like ahead of time. So you're like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna make a prototype for this game, and it's going to be one level, and I'm going to have one character versus another character in that, and that's how I usually prototype my games. And I make a room, and then you try and see if the idea works, and it usually does work because you think about it. You don't just like do it. You know? Yes, practice makes perfect. Let's go with that.
Mom, I'm working.
I'm working, Mom.
Definitely, you're doing this like right now. You're dedicating a lot of time to it. Like, how do you think is the normal schedule of someone who develops a game? Is it like, it's something like art, right? Like you just from dusk till dawn, you know, basically, and sometimes longer.
I mean, it really depends on what you do. I do something for the game every single day, at least one thing. I make sure to advance the game in one aspect, and that's something I think everyone should. Right. If it's one thing like changing a single sprite in a game, congratulations, you took one step forward. So I think as long as you're progressing constantly and don't let like any kind of lull take over your game, you'll do fine. You know, as long as you're constantly in love with your game. The second you drop interest in the game, everyone else will drop interest as well.
Yeah, and you said that you definitely read books and stuff that are kind of like self-taught in like your designing. Like, would you recommend a certain book or a certain website as a resource for somebody that was like, you know, getting into it?
Not a particular book, not off the top of my head, but I was just in Barnes and Noble's just drinking coffee and looking at the girls across, the coffee table. I wasn't really paying attention to the books too much either.
We're talking about games here.
Wait, what? Yeah, I'm that guy at the Barnes and Nobles that's always like staring over.
You are fans like girls? Comment below. Let's see. Are you still
comment below? Winter's coming.
Any last parting words for somebody that wants to be a game developer? One last thing. Let the angel come to you.
Let the angel come to you, and don't do drugs. Unless your game is about a drug-inspired
Alice in Wonderland type psychedelic.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be good. Then do drugs.
Yeah. I approve. Hashtag do drugs. Alright. Well, that's our game developer interview here. You could follow David Nunez at Gem Wars Game, and you can check out how his game is developing and, reach out to him. I'm sure he'd like to hear from you, and let's see some game developers in the making, So just make sure that you like, comment, subscribe to OES. Thanks for watching, guys.
Or the angel will come to you.
So creepy.
I know, right?
Great.
Like these kids are gonna have nightmares.